Greetings once again from Christchurch, Missoula. This is Pastor Flynn once again with our weekly meditation from Psalm 37, verses 12 through 17. The wicked plots against the just and gnashes at him with his teeth. The Lord laughs at him, for he sees his day coming. The wicked have drawn the sword and have bent the bow to cast down the poor and needy, to slay those who are of upright conduct. Their sword shall enter their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. A little the righteous man has is better than those of many wicked, for the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. So far, in verses 1 through 11 of Psalm 37, we've been shown what to do and what not to do when the wicked are prospering in their wickedness. In short, we are to joyfully, faithfully, and steadfastly continue to serve the Lord and place our trust in him. In verses 12 through 17, the psalmist switches gears a bit and focuses on why we are to do these things. Because God is most assuredly going to judge them. Verses 12 and 13 acknowledge that the wicked are violently enraged at God's people and deeply committed to making plans to destroy them. Now, we might be shocked when we experience this, but God is not moved. He laughs. God laughs because he knows exactly what he is going to do and when it is time to do it. The only reason the wicked are not destroyed now is because it is not God's will for them to be destroyed yet. They are filling up the measure of their wrath, filling up the measure of their sins, as it says in 1 Thessalonians 2:16. And once it is full, the day is set. That day is coming, and they will be like Sodom and Gomorrah, like King Eglon when he was stabbed through the stomach, like Herod when he was eaten by worms, like any of the terrible judgments that God has brought upon the wicked when their time was up. This is what the wicked who are prospering have to look forward to. They cannot stop it. Now, in verses 14 through 15, the wicked are plotting to kill the poor, the needy, and the people who do good, but God will cause their swords to pierce their own heart. The Lord will ensure that the wicked will fall by their own wickedness, as it says in Proverbs 11, chapter 2. Romans chapter 12, verse 19 says, "Beloved, do not avenge yourselves, but rather give place to wrath, for it is written, vengeance." Just like in this Romans passage, in Psalm 37, God is calling us to trust in him and in his righteous judgment. Now, of course, it can be tough for the faithful while the wicked are prospering. That's why Psalms like this have been written. The Lord knows that it's challenging for us. But verses 16 through 17, we're encouraged that even while we're suffering, we are still better off than the wicked. Being faithful, even if we have very little influence or possessions at the moment, is infinitely better than being wicked, even if the wicked are rich and prospering. For God will break their arms. Their future is destruction, but he will raise up and hold up the righteous. Our future is blessedness. This means the righteous may suffer while God waits for the proper time to bring down the wicked. Because of Adam and Eve, everyone suffers in this life. However, the good news of the gospel is that God has turned the suffering of the faithful into salvation. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice, be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. This is Jesus on the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew chapter 5, verses 10 through 12. Just as the wicked cannot avoid their future judgment, the faithful cannot avoid their future blessings. Well, thanks for listening. Until next time, glory to the Lord of hosts.